Hello and welcome to MMS Round 5. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix. It was raining yesterday, but it's all nice and dry for now, although it's overcast. We're northeast from Budapest for the race. A track that's 4.3 kilometers long, 14 corners, 8 to the right and 6 to the left. Sorry about that. Track well overtaking is known difficult, but we still see some action today. Now, before we go down to the grid, let's have a look at the championship standings. Matthew Turvik is leading the Drivers' Championship points ahead of the Ferrari of Raik Rijks, who is further 2 points ahead of Michal Valjak. And the two McLaren teammates, Valjak and Kubica, are draw on points, 17 for each. If you look at the Constructors' Championship, BMW Williams is leading the way, 4 points ahead of McLaren Mercedes, and Ferrari trails McLaren by further 6 points. Now let's have a look at the grid order. And it's Louis Sage for Jordan, who lines up on pole position, and alongside him is Jamie Ferguson for the Ferrari. Third place on the grid, we have Jakub Kubica in the Sauber, brilliant qualifying result for him. And alongside him on the second row is Formula 7 for the BAR Honda. Lego Fancy Y keeps up his good qualifying performances for Toyota. He got 5th. And alongside him is Jaguar of Quinto Wells in 6th. Can he finally make a good qualifying result into a good race? 7th place, we have the current championship leader, Matthew Turvik for Williams. And alongside him is his championship rival, Michal Valjak for the McLaren. 9th place on the grid, we have the second Sauber of Milos Ceresnia, and alongside him is the first Minardi of Jaguar. Fun fact, there's 9 teams in top 10. 11th place on the grid, we have the second Minardi of John Verda, brilliant qualifying by both of the Jaguars, and alongside him is the second Williams of Dmitry Radev. 13th place, we have the Toyota of Aaron Curtis, and alongside him on the 7th row is Alex Stewart for Renault. 15th place, we have the second BAR Honda of Ben Misery, and alongside him is the last race winner, QBR for McLaren. A terrible qualifying result for the McLaren driver. 17th for Jordan is Connor Johnson, a long way off his teammate in qualifying. And 18th place in the second Renault is Johnny Lilong. Renaults are the only cars not to have a single car in top 10 for the race today. 19th place, we have the second Ferrari of Raik Rijks. It seems like the Ferraris have swapped roles, having now the second Ferrari of Rijks, started 19th when it has been Fredriksson. And bringing up the rear of the grid is Casper Bergeland for the Jaguar. Boy. Anyway, as we are now moments away from the lights off, as we have 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. Lights out, and away we go. Louis Sage leads the pack away, but the Ferrari's Jamie Ferguson maybe tries to make a move into turn 1 on the Jordan, that is. Jamie Ferguson down the inside of the Jordan of Louis Sage and gets the move done. And at the back of the grid, Lulong has dropped off, and Rijks has got a move done for 18th. Fredriksson leads. Kubica and Sage are battling it out for second place in the race. As we are focusing on Jordan now, who lost his first place from straight away. Rijks has made up moves started from second last on the grid. As we're going to stretch again on lap 1 out of 27. There's a move there's the Dmitry Radev for Williams is trying to make a move on the Jaguar of Quinto Wells. Wells at the moment for Jaguar is still in the points paying positions. As we are on board still of this Williams.
Radev's had a good start. He gained like 4 positions in 1 lap.
Yes, I agree with you. As Radev has also overtaken the championship leader, Matthew Turvik. And Valjak has caught past him as well. Valjak is trying to abuse Lego Fancy Y for 4th place. As we are on the final corner, finishing up lap 1 of 27. I believe it's still Ferrari of Fredriksson's leading the way. As Valjak maybe tries to make a move on the Toyota, but doesn't go for it. As Ceresnia has passed both of the Williamses actually, and Rijks has dropped behind again. He was up to like 15, but I think something happened to the Ferrari driver and he lost places. As now Louis Sage and Kubicek about closing to the leader of Jamie
Kubicek
Fredriksson.
making
The second and third place go side by side.
This is really
Lead.
cold.
Yes, into the game we go. Valjak with a holy dive bomb on... Yes. Valjak is up to P4, that's good for his championship campaign. Oh, debris! And that is a Jaguar of Quinton Wells without a front wing. Yet again, he had issues. That's also a Sauber of, not exactly sure who, had some issues with Lego and Roland Sam. The Jaguar, sorry, the Sauber is Ceresnia. And he just, Wells drove back into the back of the Sauber. And that's Jaguar's front wing, Ceresnia's rear wing gone. Oh my god! That's Ceresnia out of the race. What happened there then? Let's have a look. Oh my! Who made that dive bomb? Was it Radev? Radev with a dive bomb and a half loses his front wing and sends Ceresnia flying into the barrier. I do hope that Sauber driver is okay, but he's out of the race, of course. As Fredriksson is leading the way ahead of Kubic's positions. As Ceresnia has confirmed on the radio that he is indeed okay, and he's getting assisted to get out of that car as we are going to lap, I believe it's 3 now. We had a momentary yellow flash it again, but they went away shortly as Michal Valjak is trying to make a move on the Jordan of Louis Sage. Doesn't make it stick now, as Reichs is battling it out as well. As we have some cars entering the pits, and there's some issues going on as well as... Oh, okay. That didn't.
Valjak and Saki! Oh my god, this is absolute carnage here! In the midfield. It's going crazy.
Yes, as we are on board Michal Valjak. As my microphone cut out for some reason. Valjak! Oh!
Wow.
That is heavy dive bomb, not gone right. And too good put into the... I'd say that might be a penalty to the McLaren, as Radev is in problems as well. What is going on? As Louis Sage is quite pissed about the incident over the radio, as the Minardi hits the Williams of Radev. Doesn't get any luck. I'm thinking about Radev. As now Reich is trying to take benefits as there's more contact at the chicane. And in all this, Fredriksson is still leading the way. Kubicek is second, Turvik is now 5th behind Lego and Sam. This is going well for the championship leader for now. As we are going on to lap, I believe it's 4 now. At the final corner of lap 3. This was... come again. So now we have got the information from the FIA that incident between Seresnia and Radov no further action as we have some cars into the pits to fix the front wings and rear wings maybe. There's a lot of cars in the pits already, and that might actually come at the end result be good for them. If they maybe can get a pit stop out of the way quickly, as Fredriksson for the Ferrari is leading the race. He's flying the flag for Ferrari at the moment as his teammate is trying to come through the field. As now Valiak is under investigation for the incident you saw moments ago. I don't think that he's gonna get away with it. As there's a huge train behind the Sauber of Kubicek, there's Lego, Sam and Turvik behind the train. And that allows Fredriksson to get away from this pack. As we are on lap 5 now. Sorry, lap 4. Going to lap 5. With this train and a half. As Turvik maybe tries to make a move on Formula Sam in the BA Honda. But we've seen that the BA Honda isn't actually too bad of a car in race trims, so the Williams might have some issues getting past. Lap 5, as... did I see raindrops? As Rijks in the Ferraris got up to 7th. As Bergman makes a move on Ben Misery. The issues of other drivers have allowed the Ferrari of Rijks to come through the field onto the points now. As we are looking through the back, maybe Dimitri Rada trying to make a move on the Minardi of John Voda, makes a dive, gets it done. As is now Kubicek has got away from the pack. Sage is again over the radio asking to get Valiak maybe banned and disqualified from the race because he's caused too many issues already, but that's not how it works really. As now what was Kubicek leading the train is now Lego leading the train. With Turvik still being in it, not finding a way to go past, but who is getting past? It's Formula Sam on Lego Fancy Y, and that opens the door for Turvik as well, and Lego lost 2 positions in 1 corner. Great move by Formula Sam and great move by Turvik to find the room and go. That's Lego from 3rd to 5th. As Formula Sam maybe goes hunting for a podium, but Turvik doesn't really want to let that happen too quickly as Rijks is catching up to the back as well. That could end up to be a good race for Ferrari if Rijks could maybe get past of the cars it has in front. And Turvik isn't too far off as well, as now there's a train of Lego, Johnson, Rijks and Kubia. I'd say the Toyota of Lego has some issues, because he's going quite slow. As maybe Johnson or Rijks could make a dive bomb into this corner, maybe, no, okay. As this is battling for position 5. And we are about to finish up lap, I believe it's 6. Going to lap 7, Rijks makes a double overtake on the Jordan and the Toyota up to P5. Next up is championship rival. As Kubia goes, okay, Kubia tried the same double overtake and gets it done as well. As we have a replay of that. Rijks got a nice move done on both of the cars. Lego maybe tries to get back on him, then gets mounted by the McLaren of Kubio. As Wells is complaining about the handling of his car. And meanwhile we're seeing these replays. FIA has handed Michal Valiak a 8-second time penalty for causing the collisions. Expected that really, because that was quite a heavy contact, just going for the dive bomb too ambitiously. As maybe Kubio gets into trouble. I think he tried to make a dive, and now that's Bergeland going wide. As replay on board Kubio. Did he try to make a move on the Ferrari? He goes and lost his front wing. I'd say the Ferrari of Lights was lucky to... I'd say the Ferrari was lucky not to lose his rear wing in there. As we are on board, I think it's Johnson in Toyota, Jordan, who pushed Cubia further wide, and Borgo just ran wide in the incident as well. As now, Cubia, both McLarens in trouble. As Cubio has already some retiring thoughts on him, as he's chopping off the points.
Yep.
I'd say Cubio is definitely coming to pits for repairs, but is the team letting him out again or no? As Fredriksson is still leading, Formula Stam is at the back of Cubis second, Turvik and Rijks are joining that train as well. Can maybe Rijks make benefit of Turvik getting into traffic and overtake these cars, because he's doing still have a shot going through the field. As we are all about Formula Sam, maybe trying to make a move on Kubicek, but P2 doesn't make it work in turn 1. As we see Turvik and Rijks in the background, closing up to this battle. Formula Sam into turn 2, not quite there. As all this is allowing... Actually, Fredriksson isn't too far ahead. But obviously I think Fredriksson is just cruise. At the moment, he doesn't have too many issues from the back. As Rijks and Leko are closing up to this battle, Turvik is officially the train now. Into the chicane we go. As now, Sam has a good run. Oh, no, never mind, Turvik has a good run on Sam, I'm sorry. As in the middle. As Cubio has went in the pits for repairs and still asked to maybe retire because his car isn't handling too well. It's the team's decision, I would say, because he's dropped off the points, but he maybe still could get some points because other cars might have to pit as well. As we are having some issues with the cameras again. Oh, there we go. It's a four-way train on the main straight. Turvik is gaining on Formula Sam, and Sam has dropped off from Kubicek. Doesn't make it work though. And Rijks has Lego for company. So I would Rijks will catch up to Turvik, but Lego is catching up to Rijks instead. As Turvik and Sam going to turn 4, you can make a move in turn 4, but you must be careful. As we are on board Alex Toogood, maybe trying to make a move on Jackwag, and Morjat hits the back. Sorry, Dimitri Rad hits the back of Alex Toogood. As both of them... As Alex Toogood down the inside of the Minardi of Jackwag loses momentum, and that allows Dimitri Radov to maybe close up on the battle as well. As they go into turn 4. All nice behaved in here. Into turn 5 and the chicane of 6 and 7. I really... did I see a BA Honda without front wing? As Lega has dropped off as well. Oh no, I didn't, so... As we are going to lap 9 with this race. 1/3 of a race, nearly over. It's actually gone quite quick, first third of a race. Great action by the cars, as Johnson made a move on Lego Fancy Y, and Alex Toogood maybe tries to make a move as well. Formula is still holding up Turvik. That allows Rijks to get closer, as Cubio has come onto the team radio on FYA for some reason. Not sure why. As now Lilong is closing up on the Toyota of Lego, who's lost the place already to Johnson. As Wells is complaining as usual about his car. As we are in the middle section of the track where overtaking is quite difficult. But when you're brave enough and you think you can make a move done, you could do it, get it done still. With a nice dive, as Radov and Jackwag are battling it out. That's the least they could have thought to see, a Williams battling a Minardi. As Jackwag got ahead of Radov, but Radov didn't think to give up on that position. But this is a fight for P, I believe it was 12. as QBO is now battling John Voda in the other McLaren, Minardi that is, going to the final corner, and you can make a move in the final corner and in the first corner. As we're now going up the field a bit, Lelong is trying to cook. As Lelong isn't quite happy about Lego, wants to get him out of the way. Obviously 30 and maybe be having an effect. QBO goes to the inside of John Boda, gets the move done. As Valyak and Wells are having a battle of their own. Remember, Valyak has an 8-second time penalty. As we have a replay now of the McLaren. Going towards turn 1. Jaguar ahead of McLaren. Valyak tried to move, but got sideways and didn't get the move done. As Fredriksson is still leading the race with Kubicek second, and Reich somehow is up to third. How did that happen? As we have a replay now. Was that a double overtake for the Ferrari again? It was, well. Reich's right down on the outside of the Williams of Turvik, and then sends it to the inside of final corner of Formula Sam, and that's how got two positions in 2 corners. What? As now Formula Sam is holding up a train of Johnson, Lecco, and some others that are Lilong and Bergland, as my camera is really laggy today for some reason. Going towards turn 1, this train is on lap 12 out of 27. Can any of these make a move into turn 1? Lecco tries it, sends it, but can he make it stick? He's side by side by the of the 2 drivers. Into turn 2, and Johnson makes a move on Sam up instead, and Lilong of the Renault is maybe trying to make use of that opportunity given to him. Lilong and Lecco side by side, going to turn 4. And there's some contact between some drivers, but they all got through turn 4 nice and clean into the corners 5, 6 and 7, 6 and 7 being the chicane to go. Nice, well behaved. No one is making 2 ambitious dive bombs. On to the middle section to go, where overtaking is quite tricky, but some can make it stick. As into sector 3 we go now. Not now, but now. With the drivers into corners, into corner 12, or turn 12 I should say. As now Wells is being a bit sarcastic on the team radio, saying can't wait for Valyak to take me out. That's a bit too much, I'd say, for the McLaren driver. But yeah, into turn 1 we go with this battle, as they are actually quite spaced out, but not Ben Misery behind Bergland. I'd say that BAR Honda wants to get that Jaguar out of the way. As down the field we go. Yeah, as Fredriksson is now leading the race, the Reichs is now getting into the back of Kubicek to maybe make it Ferrari 1 and 2. That's a brilliant comeback try for the Ferrari driver of Reichs from 19th at the moment, but it's not even halfway through for now. As Radev maybe asks the team radio through the team radio from the team, are they pitting again? And there was no answer for that at the moment, but I don't think they have to pit, because as we saw from Russia and what Turvik did, they might try to make something like that work out again. Because when you pit early, you might as well get the team put enough fuel to get to the end of the race. And that means a huge undercut, and maybe after everyone else has pitted, you might find yourself at the lead of the race. As Curtis is asking his team maybe they can retire. Hello, Lucas. As we're on lap 14 with this battle, now we're officially through the halfway stage of the race.
Very.
As QBI is now asking through the team radio, where's Valyak when you need him? That's a bit weird of a request to, that's a bit weird of a thing to say, but okay. As into the chicane of 6 and 7, the drivers go behind the Jordan of Johnson. That Jordan is really holding up a huge train now in the middle sector. As on board Formula Sam, we are now who's behind Jordan of Johnson.
Okay. Ooh.
As now we can see from the mirrors that maybe the Toyota of Leco maybe try to make a move on Lelong, and now Lelong and the BAR are battling.
Oh, blimey.
That is, and Lelong out of nowhere makes a dive in the final corner. That's 2 by 2 going towards turn 1. What's gonna happen here then? Into turn 1 to go, and Leco Leco tries to make a move, and there's still side by side in there. As Lelong is now having issues with the car, he said on the team radio.
But Lelong gets up at turn 3 and goes through turn 4 ahead of the Lego fan with a bit of a gap going into turn 5 with the left-hander, which will be taken out full throttle, but when it gets...
Into turn 5 we go, near the chicane of 6 and 7. As all the cars through the chicane are behaving well, that's good to see. Now the Renault of Lelong is at the lead of this train, and he get away.
Into the fast sector of nice fast corners and using as much of the apex and the exit, but obviously if the rain comes down it will be much different.
Speaking about rain, we did saw some droplets, but the forecast is saying that it was just temporary. There's no there's no rain coming down for the rest of the race, so we can expect a dry race to the end.
Well, I mean, the weather could change any second still, because if you look at the clouds, you can just see how desperate it is to rain, but let's see if we can hold out until the end
now
of the race.
Rex has made a move on Kubisak. It's a Ferrari 1-2. Didn't think I could say that when the Ferrari was starting second and 19th. As now we are on board Puegler, who's getting pressured by Formula Sam.
Going through the turn 5 really fast, then into the sweeping turn 6, and then turn 7 and 8 into the chicane on board with... Don't know.
As now Lelong is not happy with having Leco behind him. That man of Lelong is never happy about anything.
Well, I think every driver should be not happy because it's a really hard circuit for demanding in tyres as well for track position, so everyone's going to be complaining about something.
Yes, as there goes the Williams on Alex Toogood replay. As Radov is now surprised about catching up top 10 without top 10 having even pitted. I'd say Radov might find himself at podium positions at least at the end of the race.
Ooh,
as Alex Toogood gets a bit airborne.
Forces him off the tracks as well through the exit, and he goes to turn 13.
As if you have just joined us now, here's a recap of what happened. Louis Sage had a bad start. Then there were issues with Radov and Sage as well, with Valiak, and Valiak picking up a 8-second time penalty for the issue. Reich started 19 but has got through the field and he's at the moment second in a Ferrari 1-2. As now back into turn 1 we go, and there's battles going on as Radov maybe tries to make a move on the Jordan. He's made a move, and now at the back of Formula Sam. Great action so far as we're on lap 17 out of 27.
As we're about to head down turn 12.
As Cubio is now confused because he thought he has a penalty, not his teammate.
Yeah.
But FIA did give a 8-second time penalty to Michal Valiak, not to Cubio, so Cubio is clean. As we are nearing maybe the pit window for some cars, not quite sure if the pit will open.
Interesting patch down 11. No, 9, sorry.
As Toogood and Borgeland are battling it out in the second last corner.
And he gets the move done perfectly.
as now maybe Lilong is not quite dealing with the orders he got given, because the Renault team had said to Lilong previously that hold the pack up as your teammate could maybe catch up to you, but Lilong is breaking away from the pack at the moment as Ratov is now behind Borgland. Gosh. Anyway, as we go up the field, it's still a Ferrari 1 and 2, and the Ferrari 1-2 is really close with each other. Fredriksson just ahead of Rijks. This might be interesting. This might be a Russia V2, but this time it's not only for third or fourth place, it's for win.
I mean, I think they should just keep following each other and follow out to the end of the race and maybe swap positions due to the championship with Rijks, but if they battle it out, it might be catastrophic and could get damage to the car and have to pit.
And as on to lap 19 we go now. Rijks picking up the slipstream of his teammate. Maybe pops a move into turn 1. He thinks about it. He sends it! And gets to the lead of the race. A man that started P19 is now at the lead of the race. Can he now break away from his teammate? This might as well give the Ferrari of Rijks the championship lead. As Tövik is down in 4th, no, not down in 4th, it's down. As Ratov is now on points as well. Good drive by the Williams, who had issues of his own. Valjak behind the Minardi of John Voda for position 15. That's not where you expect to see a McLaren. But, well, QBO is having a bad race as well. It's a bad race for McLaren. It's a great race for Ferrari at the moment, and it's okay race for Williams. Ferrari might get closer to Williams and might overtake McLaren at this rate. As into the chicane of 6 and 7 goes the two drivers. As QBO makes a move on Formula Sam. How's Formula Sam hitting? Okay.
Sam up the inside of turn 14, nicely.
Yes. As now Lilong is not quite happy with having Alex ahead of him, as that wasn't agreement, as now Radov is maybe trying to make a move on Alex.
Will he make a move into turn 2? No, he's tucked in with the row ring of 2 goods, maybe into turn 3, no, but maybe at the exit of turn 4, possibly down into chicane if possible, but he might just save.
Into turn 4 go the two drivers, going into the swooping of turn 5, as now the Ferrari is still battling it out. The Kubicek 3rd and Tövik 4th. Alex Dugan
turn 6 and 7 for chicane, very nice and neat from all drivers, but Radov is going to be making a move maybe down into turn 11 or 12.
Yeah, so maybe last corner, turn 1, if you can keep it close. Because when you get a good exit in the last corner, being just behind someone with the slipstream, you might as well get the move done.
Or he could be doing it right now, going to turn 13, but I think it's just too far behind. You might just reserve it.
He might pop a move. He might pop a move into the last corner, but no. Now it's about a good exit for the Williams of Ratov, what he got, but also Too Good got a good exit.
Yeah, I think that's...
Into turn 1 we go. Ratov doesn't make the move. As now Too Good is going into turn 2, Radov just behind. Lilong is asking for an undercut from the team. That doesn't seem too logical at the moment, but we'll see. QBO just behind the guy himself on board the McLaren Rear into turn 4. We've seen accidents into turn 4, but not too major of them. Into the chicane of 6 and 7 we go on board QBO. We haven't seen any moves into the chicane actually, but that could change. Into the swooping section in the middle sector we go. You can't really see overtakes here, but QBO!
Turn 9. Excellent move in turn 9, and the inside curb excellently does it.
As I said, you can't see moves. You don't really see moves in that middle section, but QBO just showed us the difference. That you can see moves in there. As we have a smoking Borgland in the Jaguar.
Yeah, it will
Oh.
make turn 14 and 13 a bit slippery on the beginning of the traction for the start finish,
Yes.
right?
And he does pull over. Like, it's yellow flags. As now Lilong is again over the team radio complaining about his car. And Rakes in the lead, but he might pit this lap with 6 laps to... Sorry, 5 laps to... No, 6 laps to go. What am I talking about? As Rakes, yeah, might pit this lap. Others might not pit this lap yet. That might put Radov into a good place. As he's behind Renault at the moment. I wouldn't say it's a good decision to pit with the only like 5 or 4 laps to go. Unless he might wants to get some undercut, but remember, Radov might not pit.
It depends if Wright comes out behind this train of car, he might lose some time to Fredrickson and probably the lead of the race.
Yes. Wait, how's Wright pitted then? I don't think he's pitted.
Yeah, Wright I think's in the pit.
Oh,
I think.
no, he's not. Wright has pitted. Radov maybe tries to make a move on the Renault of 2 good contact side by side and got the move done.
Yeah.
As Lelong is gonna pit this lap.
Lelong needs to pit for fuel shortly.
As
And
Misery
Misery's out.
is out of the race now.
Was that fuel, just engine blown?
Engine issue for the BAR.
The timers from Austria and here due to both engine failures.
Yeah, BAR maybe has to have a look at the reliability. That's not what they need, as Rikes rejoins the race. Can he get ahead of Wells? Yes, he can. That was crucial.
He has a bit of an issue in turn 1 there.
Yeah, he slowed. Maybe it was because of the slippery race. Formula Sam was in the pits as well. Fredrickson is now in the lead of the race, but he has to pit. Radov is not pitting this lap, but others might pit. Kubia is not pitting. And Alex not pitting, so we might see a top 3 of Radov, Kubio, and 2 goods. And now Turvik is moving out of the way of his teammate for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe because he wants to pit. That's Turvik going slowly.
Maybe he's out of fuel, I don't know. But he's entering the pit lane. So.
Just about made it with the fuel. Lilong in the pits, Lego into the pits, Johnson into the pits, Valyak not pitting. Yeah. Everyone who pitted earlier has actually, at the moment, benefited. It's a busy pit lane. Turvik,
Fredrickson, please. Is Riot? Oh my god, can you stop moving? Jesus. I think Fredrickson's ahead of Riox.
As now Radov is leading the race, Kubio second and Alex Sugas third. This might as well end up to be the top 3 at the race. As now Jakvak is 4th for Minardi, Valyak just behind. Valyak not having to pit anymore, that's what was a disastrous race for him, might actually be good, but he does have that 8-second time penalty added on to the end results. As in the middle section, Gan Minardi hold up the McLaren to make Valyak stay a bit more miserable. As now Fredrickson is just behind the pack, makes a move on Valyak actually. That's crucial for Fredrickson as they have the Williams who hasn't pitted.
Valyak makes the move up that whack there in time 13.
And got to move down as the camera quality is quite bad at the moment. Fredrickson makes a move on Jakvak, but Minardi is coming back at him.
They switched back out turn 14, but didn't get good acceleration.
Someone was in the pit now.
What happened to him?
Valyak is gonna pit this lap. But does it mean that some people in front have to pit as well?
Possibly.
Maybe. As Turvik has asked in the team radio for some reason if he has any penalties. And we can say that no, he does not. As now there's some insight from one of the Williams saying that they didn't have any team radio for the whole race so fast. That was Turvik who said that, as Cubio has fuel issues. Alex Tugu, is Cubio running out of fuel? As Ratov is safely getting to the end of the race. Alex Tugu has fuel issues as well, I saw. Jack back into the pits this lap. Rikes has to make a move stick. And makes it stick. As I said. Turvik is behind. Has Valjak pitted? Yes, he has. He's in the pits now. So at the moment, the most in the top three, the guy earning most points is Rikes. Cubio has retired from the race. Disastrous race for both of the McLarens. Did he just run out of fuel? Yep, no, it wasn't fuel. He had an engine failure.
He takes out the
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. As that might actually mean that Radov's gonna have a comfortable win. As Chugu is on low fuel.
Yeah, Federson I think got the overcut on Rix, and he's ahead of him.
Yeah, can Alex Chugu steal a win from Radov? Although he has low fuel. So we are going to, I think next lap is the final lap. So it might be good.
Lap 26.
No, we are on lap 26 now. Next lap is the final lap. Yep, final lap. As it's Ferrari 3 and 4 and Turvik is only 6. This is interesting in the championships, as now Formula Sam is under pressure from the Renault of Lelong. But this is all for non-points positions. As we have... Sage is having engine issues. Is Sage gonna retire on the final lap from the final points paying positions?
He's in P7.
Wait, who retired?
Yeah, he's retiring.
Sage is retiring. I swear he was late. Has someone retired at the front? Oh no, it was Valjak into the pits. Valjak into the pits. Oh, he has no rear wing. What happened to him? Did he just smash it in somewhere? No, he has Johnson ahead of him. Oh, that's not gone well. We do remind you that Valjak had 8-second time penalty, but I don't think that matters anymore.
Yeah.
As Valjak comes into the pit, some drivers are having fuel issues. They are just about getting to the end. This is a disastrous race for McLaren. They are surely gonna lose P2. As Alex Toogood and Dmitry Radov go into the final corner. It is going to be a Williams win. It is going to be a Williams win. Dmitry Radov comes across the line to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. Alex Toogood is second. Rikes for Ferrari. Takes the final points position as Fredriksson has retired from the race.
What?
Instead of fuel. Fredriksson ran out of fuel on the final lap of the race.
Devastating for the constructors.
Oh, it's an engine failure.
Oh,
this is a disaster for Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. So Williams is going to run away in the Constructors, but it is Rikes across the line to take third, ahead of his championship rival, Turvik. It's a 1-4 for Williams. Good points. On a day where McLaren and Ferrari scored low. Jakob Kubicek takes 5th for Sauber. Formula Sam is about to hold on for 6th place, ahead of Lelong and Lego. As Lego picks up the final points paying positions. That is, I can't really see. Jacquard is someone retired in there. Jump! An engine failure on the final lap. What is going on? We had 2 engine failures on the final lap of the race. Oh, that is unfortunate. And well, we are on board Valjak, but that doesn't really matter anymore. Johnson Yeah, Dmitry Radov wins the race ahead of Alex Turgut, ahead of Raiko Rikes. This is good points for Rikes in the Drivers' Championship, but Williams picked up. Long again is unhappy, but as we go down the order down the championship order, Dmitry Radov won the race, Alex Turgut second, Raiko Rikes third, Matthew Tomic fourth, and Jacob Kubicek fifth. Formula Sam, Johnny Long, and Lega Pantuai bring up the lower point finishing positions. This is good points for Rikes in the Drivers' Championship, but it's good points for Williams in constructors, as Ferrari only scored 6 points, and I don't think McLaren scored any points. I'd say Ferrari moves up in the constructors' championship second, but Williams runs away in the lead. What a race we had!
Very interesting.
Anyway, this is it from us for today. Tomorrow we go to Canada in MMS. But until that, it's goodbye and see you tomorrow.
Au revoir.